Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. Two hitters, talking hitters. Free agency preview for the big bats. By big bats only. Let's talk ball. Some people just like a regular standard bat. Shohei still.
Alonso. Homer.
Free agent. Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. The off season is here. Not for us. We don't. Maybe a couple of those dead weeks in January. Otherwise, we don't off season because it is time. Hope springs eternal. Your team is going to sign every free agent. I'm Jake Storielli. That is Trevor Plouffe. Gone full mustache. Rob Sirocco is here producing. Coach Trev. It's good to see you, dude. It's been so long.
How many days? When did the World Series end? Saturday.
Yes.
And it's Tuesday. Here we go. We're recording this on Tuesday. Behind the scenes magic. I'm happy, dude. Look, do I want a little bit of time off? Yes. Do I love talking to you about baseball? Yes, more than I want time off.
Wow. Look at that.
So here we are. You still got your World Series hat on. You can't let it go, Dodger fan.
I can't. I love LA. Randy Newman. Both those blue teams. I love them so much. Hey, good news for people. Dodgers are an interesting wrinkle to this offseason, as they always are, because who knows? Could the top free agent be going there? Just to be honest with you guys, we enjoy baseball so much. Hell, I think we could say we love baseball. That when we were looking at all this, and Dalton went ham on our stats and information, that it was almost too much, that we're like, how are we going to do this? I think last year we went by position, but it felt kind of chunky and rushed. We're going to go hitters and pitchers. We're going to break it down the old-fashioned way. Sorry, Shohei. Pick one. Be about it, okay? It's never going to work here in the States, pal. Turns out they were right. Anyways, congrats to LA. Very happy for them. Trev, the hitters, we've got some big dogs. I guess, where are you at with free agency as a whole? You were kind of shocked because I guess we don't have the Soto break the bank guy or Shohei that we've had the past 2 years, but you were kind of impressed by like the depth of options out there.
Yeah, because I think there's a lot of hitters, like game-changing hitters and game-changing pitchers out there. And I think there's a good mix of guys that, are probably, and look, and people are going to love that I say this and probably use it against me. There's guys that are probably going to only be available to a few teams. And then there's a bunch of guys who I think every team could go after. And I say that with the caveat of that's what's going to happen. Your owner can go after anybody that they want.
Right.
That's the whole point of no salary cap, is you could just go out and do whatever you want. I'm going to get roasted for that too. That's fine. But I do think there's a nice mixture, bats, pitchers, and then like tiers of guys, S-tier guys, as you young guys say. Nice. And then the lower tiers, not sure what those are after S.
No idea.
Yeah, it's S and then A is
part of my
career.
I think so. Part of my career is now doing tier lists on Wake and Jake, and I still don't get it, but I partake, kind of the Storielli way. Trev, let's. I think the number one guy that's gonna break the bank, which I've sneakily teased on this show when I was starting to do the math between how good of a ball player they are, and as we always talk about, the age you hit free agency matters so much, that I think we're gonna start in the outfield. And I think it starts with King Tuck. Kyle Tucker, the gun for hire for the Cubbies this year. And he was balling, Trev. He was going nuts. He was living up to his last year in 2024. He played limited games where he had a 993 OPS. And people were like, wait, did Kyle Tucker just go to another level? He did that. 4 straight all-star teams. He came back after getting hurt, and he wasn't the same guy. His stats still landed in a fantastic place. As consistent as you want from a guy. Hasn't been under 4.5 WAR since the 2020 season, which was shortened. Steals bases, has power, contact. He's 5-tool. He's not as flashy as some of the 5-tool guys you think of, but because he is 28 years old, are we looking at 400 mil, Coach Trev?
I think it starts with a 4. It's going to be higher than that. I think it's going to be stretching to the 500 milli spot, just because what we saw Vlad get, and I don't know if Vlad was younger, but he signed it without any leverage, essentially. Yes, he was going to be a free agent, but he signed it with the Blue Jays, and he didn't have other teams bidding against each other. And although he has age on his side, I think you could say Kyle Tucker's in that class, maybe like more of an all-around player than Vlad. Vlad has just completely changed the way people view him. So I feel bad saying that. The guy's a stud. That's why he got half a billy, people.
Yeah.
I'm not taking anything away from Vlad. I'm saying, as you mentioned, Kyle Tucker brings everything to the table. 87 walks, 88 strikeouts on the year, which gets me aged up. That means horny for the people who are into this.
I'm glad that's clear.
Because there was some questions about that. Yeah.
I was unsure a couple times.
Yeah. Okay. He's a perennial like 30-30 type guy. So you pay those guys. And because I think there's a need across, those top tier teams in baseball. I mean, almost every single one will be after a guy like Kyle Tucker. I think he's going to be able to leverage that into somewhere between $400 and $500 million, probably 10 to 12 years like this. He's going to get absolutely paid. Where it ends up, I think there's a smaller pool of teams, but I still think there's probably 4 or 5 teams that are going to be going after this guy very, very heavily.
Yeah, and it's a lot of the big dogs: Dodgers, Yankees, Mets, Phillies, Giants. The Cubs should be in, but a lot of smoke around there is they're not, which that's interesting to me. I hope that's wrong, and Cubs fans, I hope you hope that's wrong. It is nuts, dude. Some of the salaries that are gonna land where Kyle Tucker, is he gonna be? Mike Trout got 12 for 426 at one point. Is that a starting point? It's crazy. Some of the contracts, he's going to beat out Judge. He's going to beat out Mookie Betts, got 365 at one point. That when and how you hit free agency. I'll be interested to see if he sneaks up. I don't think he's getting 5.
10 like 430, 440 seems like something like that. And look, here's the thing. We've seen agents and teams start to get creative with the way they're handing out money. Yeah. Okay. And there is a looming CBA agreement. Me and Jim just chopped it up before the show. Yeah. We don't think there's going to be a lockout. So put that in your mind that we don't think that. Does that matter? I'm not so sure. But the teams have gotten creative. We know deferrals is a huge buzzword around baseball right now because the Dodgers have a few guys doing it. Every team has been doing that for the last 30 years, people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just hasn't been reported as widely for some reason. So if there's deferrals, we could see the number be much higher, but the present day value be around, I think, that 10 for 400 to 450.
Good to be Kyle Tucker, huh?
Yeah.
Holy have all 5 tools, kids. Good for him. And yeah, dude, I think the looming thing, if we're being honest, is how much are the Dodgers going to be involved? Because they have an outfield spot open. And are they?
Yeah, they need to address their outfield. I talked to Rosie about that this morning on Baseball Today. A lot of people are pointing to the bullpen for the Dodgers. I think their outfield needs an overhaul.
And they brought in Conforto last year, and that right overhaul. Yeah, overhaul might be a little, but at the same time, how much are they going to get involved in Kyle Tucker? Are they going to actually, quote unquote, ruin baseball? Or who's going to step up to the plate for King Tuck? He's going to be the tone setter of this offseason. It'll be interesting to see winter meetings. Does it get done there earlier, later? And that's probably going to dictate a lot of other guys' free agencies. And I guess, Trev, I'll keep it outfielders for now just to kind of check this box before we move on to a couple of the other big boys. Because the other guys that stand out in the outfield, and I should tell people we are pre-recording this, so we can line up some vacation time. How do you like that? In the outfield, I guess guys that are standing out, Cody Bellinger should be waiting for Kyle Tucker to sign, because whichever team is going for Kyle Tucker is going to want to get them some Cody Bellinger. After that, it gets slim. Like Trent Grisham coming off a breakout year with the Yankees. Are they going to offer him the qualifying offer? Could that affect his free agency? Harrison Bader had a strong Bader year where he plays that level of defense and the stick played. But then we start Ramon Laureano, who I've been as complimentary to on this program for what he's done his past 162 games. Yastrzemski, Mullins. I don't know. I guess Max Kepler always. You start, if you're looking for impact, change the scope of your team outfielders, there aren't a lot.
There's two. It's Bellinger and Tucker in that regard. I mean, you can look what Grisham did for the Yankees this year and dream upon that for your team. Can he repeat what he did? I think that's a question. But I do think guys like a Grisham, guys like a Bader, I think those guys are going to demand multi-year deals.
Yes. Oh,
so
yeah.
Qualifying offer to Trent is such a interesting thing, and maybe I'm way off on that, but it's going to be right around $22 million for 1 year. What does he do? I think he turns it down and goes for the guarantee, the overall guarantee. But will the Yankees are they planning on offering? Is that out there yet?
It's not out there yet. We don't know, and I guess I should have.
That will change. That will change what he's able to go out there and get.
Yeah, the qualifying offer is November 6th, so I don't know.
Bader can't get the qualifying offer because he got traded during this year, so that's good for him. I could see Bader. He could fit a lot of different teams. The ability to play center field, the ability to hit left-handed pitching at least. I think he's got something in the stick. I think he just kind of is an H-step high T guy that would bring some of that. I saw it firsthand in the Twins clubhouse this year, what he brought. There's some leadership there that I don't think he gets credit for. I think he could fit a lot of different teams. And if you're looking, maybe not to break the bank, but you want to upgrade your outfield. I mean, Harry Bader to me is a 3-year, 45 guy. I feel like that's been a common kind of contract for some of these, type of players.
I think Trent's going to end up in that range too if he decides to hit free agency, which, good for him. I mean, coming off a year where he was a bench guy and Bader's dealt with some injuries.
God, Harrison Bader would be such a good Blue Jay. Such a good Blue Jay.
Okay. Trev's first prediction. I'm predicting those guys are going to have a lot of money that they can buy some Mountain Dew. Go out and get yourself some Mountain Dew. Thank you for the Dew for sponsoring this episode. Bold flavors, refreshing citrus kick. Mountain Dew is perfect for any occasion, whether it's beach days, boat day, out on the golf course, going to the ballpark. I think I'm missing it. Mountain Dew has been a perfect pairing with our company and our warehouse. We've had a lot of fun with them. So the next time you're doing something, doing anything, go grab a Mountain Dew. It pairs with just about anything. So go grab yourself a Mountain Dew today. Thank you to the Dew. Trev, I think the next jump off point.
Give me a prediction on an outfielder, because I gave you mine. Harrison Bader to the Blue Jays.
Okay.
That's just off the cuff, people, so relax.
Early, and we're gonna have I think we're gonna do our free agent prediction episode. Little
give
teaser.
Me one.
A little outfield prediction.
And he can't be Kyle Tucker or Bellinger.
God damn
Caveat.
it. Max Kepler to Houston.
Oh.
I don't know, he can reach that porch and some testosterone around there. Is that what the whole show's about? Tommy Pham to the Marlins.
Why do those guys keep saying that?
Are they okay? The answer is no.
I want everyone to know that Jake always sends me Tommy Pham's Instagram stories when it's the guns.
I do. Tommy Pham posts some shit on IG that you're like, yo, that's an MFer I'm never going to cross. Team Tommy Pham. I'm on his side.
Go Tommy, go. Go Tommy. Go Tommy, go.
Trev, I want to go to shortstop.
Ooh.
Very important position on the field. Maybe the next biggest hitter contract could be the guy we just saw. I think there's one other guy that's going to give him a run. Bo Bichette. Trev, this has kind of been your guy for a little while. It's because he hits. I I mean, he hits, arguably better than anyone in this league. He led the American League in hits twice. He had that really bad last season that is a clear outlier, and he was injured. He only played 81 games. He bounces back 311, and guys don't hit 311 anymore. An 840 OPS while playing shortstop, which that's going to be an interesting discussion around Bo's free agency because a lot of the numbers do not like him at shortstop. That there's going to be a lot of second base conversation, and who knows what else will come up. But Trev, he can hit, and that's what gets you paid. And he's going to have a position on the field coming off of an impressive World Series. Like, you want a little grit? You want playing hurt? He did that. He played second base after never playing there. Bo's about to have a big free agency.
Yeah, I think when you're looking at players and you're judging them, I think a lot of times we're like, oh, can you play defense? Can you hit? It's like, dude, all you got to really do is be elite at one, and you're going to be fine. Andres Gimenez got paid $100 and something million because he's an elite defender. So it's not always like you have to do both. Okay. Like, Bichette is not a glove first guy. We know that. Is he good enough to play the infield because of what he does offensively? Yes. This guy, I think in today's day and age, we should be complimenting the guys that can hit much, much more because it's getting harder and harder and harder. And we're getting away from the types of hitters or the type of hitter that he is. But I think that he's a very well-rounded guy. He can offer some power as well. Situational hitting is good. You mentioned those grindy at-bats in the postseason, I think, are going to play well in free agency for him. So, yeah, I mean, he's going to get paid. What is his age? I should have that up right now. Do you got it in front of you?
He's 27.
27 means a lot in free agency. That means he's going to get paid through age. I'm just throwing this out there. Call it 35.
Okay.
So let's call it an 8-year deal. 7 to 8 year deal for a Bo Bichette is what's going to happen, people. Get ready for that. And if we're talking that, we're talking at least 25 a year for this guy. Pushing 30 a year for this guy. So we're looking at somewhere between an 8 and 240, something like that. It's what he's going to make. That's what happens when you get to free agency as early as he has. And again, like he's produced as well.
Yeah, I guess it's interesting looking at some of the shortstop or salary comps. Willie Adames was 7 for 182 last year. He's going to stick it short, but I think Bichette has bigger upside as a hitter. Marcus Semien got 7 for 175 a couple years ago when he moved to second base. So, yeah, I think you're right, though. I think with Bichette's age and his hitting ability, I think it's going to start with a 2. It'll be interesting to see how they navigate that contract. And, again, if you're starting, and we get nervous about repeating ourselves on these kind of episodes because it ends up in a lot of the same places, but these are going to be the big boy teams. I mean, $200 million, there's a lot of teams that have never given out that kind of contract. So it's going to be a lot of the big boys. And then I think it's going to be who else on the peripherals gets pulled in. Are the Detroit Tigers going to roll out a bag for the first time? Like I see the Mariners named here. Like, who else is going to get in on Bo Bichette? Because it was the whole thing about when all those young shortstops hit free agency, that never happens. And he's essentially alone. There's another guy I want to mention, but if you're looking for an impact infielder, Bo Bichette is the guy to give that contract to.
What are the teams we're thinking for him? Obviously, there is Toronto, who should be really, really trying to bring him back. But I think he does fit a host of teams. Again, he's going to be in that upper echelon of payroll type teams. He's been linked to the Braves, which is interesting because Ha-Seong Kim just opted out. So that's like no longer a viable option for them. They were rolling out Nick Allen.
Yeah. Great glove.
Yeah. So like, a different type of player.
Yes.
But you could see them trying to make a splash. Right now I have the Athletic article up that says Red Sox, Tigers, Yankees, Phillies, Dodgers, Cubs, Mariners, Mets. Bo Bichette could only hope that's who's in on him, because that means he is going to, again, have all of the leverage of those teams. I think I'd want to give. Let's try to narrow down to 3 that we truly believe in.
Ooh.
Bo Bichette. I'm going Blue Jays number 1.
Yeah, Blue Jays have to be on this. Where I guess
that to me is like seriously such a no-brainer because you can sell that core. Like there's the pictures of like Vlad and Bo
Right?
in the minor leagues together. Like it's a business that sometimes sometimes transcends what happens on the field. Like you gotta, like that's an emotional level attachment for fans right there.
Well, and I think the bigger a lot of times it does come down to dollars and cents, in this case loonies a little bit too. Like I think they're gonna have the top loony offer. So like, okay, you've already lived in Toronto, like you're already used to that, unless you're really trying to leave, which it feels like there would have been reports of now. I think Toronto's going to be able to match, if not raise, the top bid, and that's what it comes down to a lot of the time.
Okay, so we gave the Blue Jays.
We gave the Blue Jays.
2 more teams that we think are a viable option. They do not have the Braves listed here, which is interesting.
I'll put the Braves in there. I think the Braves
Walt Weiss. Did you know Walt Weiss is an 8 something black belt?
I did not know that.
He will kick your ass, Jake.
Knock you out. I'll put the Braves on there. I think that's fun. I think they're looking for a jolt. And how about...
Like, I don't have the Red Sox. I don't have the Tigers.
You know what?
I don't have the Yankees.
I'll put the Tigers in there. I
think
you
like the Tigers. Huh?
I think the Tigers. I didn't think they were in on Bregman. Supposedly they kind of were. Gleyber Torres for them is coming off of second base. So do you have Bichette play second? Like they feel like a team that's on the cusp, that in previous lives has had the ability to give out big contracts. Like, he could, a big outfield there, spray it around the park. I can talk myself into that.
I'm out on the Mariners. Mariners fans have yelled at me about their young prospects, one of them being a shortstop, Cole Young playing second base. So I don't think that necessarily fits there. Although I like it. I could see him in a Mariners uniform, but I don't think that happens. So we have Blue Jays, Braves, and Tigers. That's what we're going with?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think well, I don't want to spoil anything for our free agency draft. I think he's going back. How could you not? After the World Series and what he did and the fact that the money's going to be there, like.
I'm also hesitant to say the Dodgers for every fucking
right.
Transfer. I'm not going to do it, but just how about this? It's implied.
What? If they've wanted a guy, yes. If we give top threes, just assume the fourth is always LA.
Move Mookie back to right field. Get Teoscar out of there.
I can't.
He's not playing short for the Dodgers. Okay.
Other guys you should know at shortstop because and again, these guys don't happen in free agency. The one that's going to be an absolute wild card, Ha-Seong Kim opted out from Atlanta. He can still pick it. He had a weird offseason because he wasn't healthy. He came back. He didn't play great, but there's not a lot of guys that you can look at. Like the next shortstop is IKF, which again, I kind of don't have the heart to speak about right now. That Ha-Seong Kim is going to get a contract. And I don't know. Shortstops get kind of paid, that he's going to get kind of paid.
A smart, savvy team is going to take a shot at him. Give me. He's always been a Milwaukee Brewer to me, and so
you were on that.
Yeah, I've
happened.
always thought never happened. IKF and Miguel Rojas being listed back to back on our sheet. That's some kind of
how about that
justice.
That's some voodoo.
I don't know what that means, but
hey, if you're looking for the game-changing shortstop, it's maybe Bo Bichette if he's going to play shortstop. Ha-Seong Kim, if you're looking to go look at old videos of the Padres Stadium chanting Ha-Seong Kim, you get yourself hyped up. But a notoriously tough position to find your free agents at. Trev, I'm going to do this one quick, and it's because second base, the Gleyber's going back to free agency. It looks like Luis Rengifo, Adam Frazier per usual. What is Willie Castro? The second base pool, a Gleyber can hit.
Bo Bichette's in the second base pool.
Yeah.
So is Alex Bregman, if we're being honest here.
Well, well, people might not like this. I guess the point is, if you're looking for help up the middle, it's Bichette and Kim. I mean, these other guys, Gleyber, hey, what Gleyber can do at the top of a lineup hitting-wise is impressive, but Obviously,
I truly think if teams can convince Bregman to come their way, he could be a second baseman.
well, let's hop over to the hot corner, Coach Trev, because Alex Bregman is there, opted out of a lot of money, but that's because he thinks he can get more money in this free agency. So after his stint with the Red Sox, where what was it, 822 OPS, like he was going nuts. He came back. He didn't have the same pop he had after his injury. Still opts out. He's going to free agency. And like you said, he could play second base on a world of some of the teams that are going to have to offer him the contract you're going to need to bring in Alex Bregman. If it's third base in general, Eugenio Suarez, someone's going to be talking themselves into 50 homers a year, and Rob Sirocco's Halloween costume. Rob, if we could get that up there.
I would love a picture of that.
I think the people need to be reminded of that.
Eugenio is so fascinating to me.
Okay.
Because he's kind of a one-trick pony. But, like, the trick is good.
The best trick.
It is the best trick. Most efficient trick there.
Yeah.
Homers are good. We know that.
Homers are good.
What does he make? What team goes after him?
I think there's Rob. My God. And just a reminder, that's how Eugenio Suarez basically played this postseason. I don't know. He's going to be interesting because I think some teams aren't going to love him at first base, at third base, that there's going to be some rumors about first. He can still make the plays at third. We saw that a little bit this postseason, but I think over the course of 162, as he's starting to get up there in age, I think that does have to come into play. For Gino, he's 34 now, 325 career pumps.
Like 2 years, 50, and you just bank on him hitting you. In those 2 years, 70 homers. You just hope for 70 homers. You're going to pay about $750,000 per homer.
I think that's what's interesting. I think because he's a one-trick pony of sorts that is starting to get older, I think we're going to see the AAV get turned up. Like, I might go 2 for 60. Dude, he hit 49 homers, Trev.
I'm all for it. Pay the man.
Pay that man.
So teams that this article has listed, I'm curious to get your take on it. Mariners, Red Sox, Tigers, Phillies, Angels. Angels just being thrown in there is insane.
Yeah.
But they do have a nice little core.
Yes.
There.
Yes.
I could see them getting it going a little bit.
I think
he like him back in Seattle, I think is cool. If we're being honest. And he does kind of seem like a Red Sox. Like, between those two teams, I could see something happening.
Seattle and Boston, especially Boston's been trying to figure out that first base thing for a while. Does he go there? And, hey, just aim for that green monster, pal. See he hit another 50 of them. The Phillies are interesting throughout this offseason. They have money, and that's another hitter's ballpark. Again, this is where I get scared of getting a little repetitive. Seattle, you've been looking for a guy that hits in Seattle for a while.
He didn't have a great end to the year.
I know, and Seattle people get super defensive about that sometimes.
He hit 189, 13 homers in 53 games for them. So they have like kind of a sour taste. Obviously, big homer in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So does that just wipe it all away? I'm interested. If you're a Seattle fan, comment. I like him there.
I don't know. That's
the Twins.
Yeah, not a lot of Twins talk on this episode, huh? I haven't heard. The first I've heard you mention them, 28 minutes in. It's normally minute 2.
We got a new manager. He used to coach for our team. We turned him down actually for the last managerial hiring session. That's interesting.
Trev, we kind of started with the second third baseman, and I've got another just wild card for you. But I mentioned Breggy, who, hey, Boston, they talked about, and they loved it throughout the year, how impactful this guy was for their young players, and who he became in the organization, texting guys late night about hitting, like that a lot. Walked away from a guaranteed $41.6 million in the next 2 seasons. So Breggy's getting back out there looking for the contract. His free agency ran a little long last time, and we didn't know if it was good long or bad long. turn out to be good long. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see if the Red Sox end up going back because they seem pretty invested. They do have all those young position players, and then hey, instead of throwing Bregman $160 million, do you audible to Gino or something like that? Very interesting free agency for Breggy back in it.
He's a Philly.
Oh,
I like.
Whoa.
I think a lot of this will depend on like a Kyle Tucker. Like he could be a Cub too. If Kyle Tucker doesn't end up back with the Cubs,
they wanted him.
I could see that happening. Don't think the Dodgers are in the mix on this one. I don't think the fans would accept that at all. Would they be happy with his type of play? Yes, but I'm telling you, man, they are still not over it. So I don't think that happens. So Dodgers are out on this one. I know the Tigers, they seem like a very, very logical fit. There has been some talk about them kind of not being in there anymore. Dave Dombrowski understands kind of like what's happening here. And if he can't get Kyle Schwarber to come back, I mean,
yeah,
I don't want to say he's a different player than Schwarber. Different player than Schwarber. Schwarber's going to be MVP 2 this year. So I'm not trying to slight him in any regard. And I actually do think, we haven't even talked about him, I do think he goes back to the Phillies. Could they do both?
Maybe. Man, Bregman.
JT's gone too, right, from the Phillies?
Yeah. That's interesting.
So you reallocate because get a Bregman? I
think a little bit of a factor. Maybe I'm totally wrong. I think Alex Bregman has an interesting hitting profile. He's not the biggest dude. His stadium does matter. That I think Alex Bregman, if you've got these teams courting you, I think you care about what your stats could look like a little bit. That when you brought up Philly, that's a good place for Alex Bregman. That lineup's a good place. That field's a good place. That I'm like, okay.
Trade Bohm. He's in his last year before free agency. Kind of. So you get off of that arbitration, which is probably going to be, I'm just guessing here, it's got to be $10 million next year.
Interesting. We've heard his trade rumors for a while. Boston, this is going to be a new test for their front office. Like they traded away Rafi. And again, like they've ended up bouncing back pretty good from that. But they have all those young players. Marcelo Meyer right now, you could just slot him in at third, and you could go spend that money elsewhere. Going to be an interesting test of that front office because they gave compliments of the highest regard to Alex Bregman. That for him to opt out of 2 years of $40+ million a year, he feels pretty good about his free agency.
Let's talk about our guy who we don't know much about at all, and we're going to admit it.
Hand up.
I hope I'm saying his name right. Munetaka Murakami.
You nailed it.
I might not have. You don't know.
I kind of know because he was a big deal. He broke the home run record over there. Big lefty, powerful swing. People are wondering if he's going to stick at third or if he's going to be a first base candidate. He is going to be a big storyline this free agency. As we've seen, some of these guys from overseas can really play ball better than a lot of Americans. I know. What? How the hell did this happen, man?
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Look, I think he profiles more as DH first base, but that's fine. You're looking for offense out of this guy. I think if you're a team, you should be all over him, not just for what you're going to get on the field, but you want a piece of the Japanese market, dude. You just do. It's smart business. So Steve Cohen, go get this guy.
Oh.
Anybody go get this guy. I think he's going to command quite a bit.
We're clicking around a ton of different sites. I see a 6-year 160 out there. That's what we're talking about for this guy. So I'm sorry if you have no idea. We didn't tee this up well at all. Trev just wanted to make sure he got the pronunciation close. He's 22 years old. Hello.
No, he's not 22 years old.
25. Excuse
25,
me.
Yeah.
I reversed that 5 in my head. 25 years old. Big old lefty. Like you said, there's a business side to it, and this guy has home run potential.
This year, he had an elbow surgery and an oblique. 286, 392, 659, 24 homers, right?
Yeah.
In 69 games. So the power is there.
Man, and
again, I am grabbing I'm grabbing that Japanese market and I ain't letting it go. And I don't know again, you have to convince these guys to come because he will be sought after. But if I'm in need of a first base DH power source, I'm looking here big time.
I don't know. You sit Freddie once a week, and this guy gets his chance. Seems easy to me.
Don't do that.
Here we go, Bob. Oh, I didn't like that pitch.
Oh god,
I did not like that pitch.
He's got a body like Barger.
That Bam Bam Part 2?
Yeah, not as quick. It doesn't look like as quick twitchy as Barger, but
no, I will say, and people
maybe it's a body like Schwarber.
It looks thick. It looks thick. I think questioning third base can come into play. He's going to be a really fun one this free agency because if his stats translate, you're looking at a real middle of the lineup power on base threat. And dude, the scouting reports are so funny. This is where me and Trev are not speaking confidently. Like some people are like, well, yeah, he's going to strike out a lot. Like, all right, well, if he hits 40 taters and hits 260, everyone's looking for that guy. And maybe he doesn't strike out a lot. I don't know. We don't know. He's going to be one of the wild cards this free agency. No, it's not a wild card, Trev. Shopify. Why don't you guys head to Shopify? They are part of the John Boy Media story. It was just me and Jim dreaming about days with Trevor Plouffe. We'd go on the Shopify website and see, like, wait, are people buying our shirts? This is insane. Who just homered? There's 4 people on the website right now. And Shopify helped just remake and relaunch our new Slashline site. Was an absolute dream for our merch store. We brought the ideas. They brought the execution. They have so many tools that help you help your brand and grow, from AI to who's buying and when, and all the information you need to get it going. So if you're looking to build something from the start up, time to go over to Shopify and start your trial today. Click that link, shopify.com/talkin'. If you're ready to leave the amateurs and head over to the big leagues. Trev, we kind of accidentally went over to first base with Murakami. So let's ride it out. Murakami, a lot of teams are going to get looks, give him looks there. You mentioned Uncle Steve, huh? Interesting. Well, Uncle Steve's got something else he's got to deal with because big old Pete the Meat is hitting free agency, having the bounce back year, a 141 WRC plus, 871 OPS, 38 homers, 272, which you don't expect that from Pete. The dude was born to hit. DM, hit his glove, hit balls. He starts it out at the first base position.
Yeah, so look, he made $30 million this year. I think he makes at least that, and he's going to get a much longer contract. He bet on himself, or had to prove himself again, I guess you could say, and he did. A fantastic year for Pete. And I think he kind of, what we're realizing, or at least I've come to the realization with him, is he's just a ball player. And like, that's what I want on my team. I want guys that just care about ball. Like, if you care about your brand, I'm out on you.
Ooh, nice.
Sick of you guys.
Nice.
I'm sick of the people that care about their brands. Don't quote me on that. Don't clip that. But if we're being honest, Jake, like, maybe you got a team that cares about your brand. Pete Alonso, ain't no way Pete Alonso is on IG chopping it up, doing all these things. Ain't no way. He's watching hunting videos and he's in the cage. That's what he does. That's who I want on my team. Okay?
It is funny, man. Dude, we've gotten so into stats and blah, 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 and everything you need that it is so funny. Think about who these people are in your clubhouse. If you are on a team with Bregman and Alonso, you better be there to play ball.
Yes. Give me the ball players.
Dude, that's awesome. I want to care about that again. Let's start caring about personalities again. Because, man,
cool your brands out. Fired from our team.
Social team, please clip that part. Cool brand, dude. Yeah, can you hit the baseball? That's all I care about.
Seriously.
I'm seeing a prediction here, Pete, for 6 years, 182. Enjoy all of it, Pete. And just a reminder, Uncle Steve, who's got the bottomless pockets, Pete Alonso is the Mets all-time career home run leader. Stuff like that matters. Especially, dude, if they're going to Okay, let's say they like Murakami and they think he's the truth. You better be right. If you replace Pete with Murakami and he's not, that's a good way to get hated.
Pete's way more of a sure thing.
Yes.
Now Murakami younger, obviously, so that enters the equation.
And
but
maybe he's just as good. Maybe he's better, but
a guy that's been here doing it at this level. And again, we understand that the NPB is a great level of baseball. We've seen guys come over, translate, and we've seen the best player of all time come from there. But the guy that's done it at this level in this league, I think you take him every single time. So I do, and I also think the East Coast does have a location problem with Japan and like time difference and capitalizing on that market, because I'm a big brain guy. I'm thinking about the Japanese market while I get my ball players on my team. So maybe I backtrack and say Murakami to Mariners, Pete goes back to the Mets. Like that's kind of, I'm giving you all my picks for the trade, dude, or the free agent draft, but I think the Mets will be foolish not to bring him back.
I see the Rangers listed here. They have a hitting problem, but man, that infield starts to get awfully pricey real quick. If you went around Pete, Simeon, Seager, Pete's going to get paid. He absolutely deserves it. You hear some of the intensity in my voice. I thought he was going to get paid last offseason, and he did not. And he's going to get paid this one. Josh Naylor is going to do well this offseason. He's, as you go down this first base list, Luis Arraez is listed as a first baseman. Ryan O'Hearn, some splits there, but he has hit at a high level. Goldschmidt, then some of the older guys, Ty France, Carlos Santana. So you can find something here. Okamoto, again, his full scouting report coming at the end of this. You can find help at first base as free agency. So if that's something your team is looking for, put that in the back of your noggin. That's good to know. Naylor's going to do easily the second best out of the guys I just named.
Yeah, I mean, Bellinger's also a first base option.
Could be.
So he's in that. I don't think that. Oh, the guys you just named. Okay, Naylor, I don't think he's going to make more than Murakami, Alonso, or Bellinger.
No,
not even close. But yeah, it's obviously a viable option. I kind of think he's a ball player. Like he kind of fits what I'm talking about. Could be totally wrong about that though.
Seattle, that fit feels like peas in a pod, man. Someone would have to really wow him, or I don't know. Seattle's got an interesting offseason, just like a lot of teams, but that feels like they found a fit with that guy.
San Francisco Giants?
Just hitting ropes into the water. What are the Giants going to do?
I don't know. I never know what the Giants are going to do.
They're going to do something. They hired a college coach.
He could just headbutt Vitello every day.
Yeah.
What
if the Giants start doing college chants, Trev? College sellies? I know.
Don't.
This actually gets
I don't even let my 10-year-old team do chants.
This brings out like Guy Fieri behind the dumpster, Trev. So I don't even want
I've told them, I said, listen, guys, I want you to cheer for each other, but that's what you do. And they still do it every once in a while. They'll get the chant going, and I look at him and they stop. God. Is that bad? Comment down below. Am I a loser?
Please comment down below. Yeah, you can. Again, there's some good stopgap, platoon, Goldschmidt, O'Hearn guys that you can bring in at first base.
There is a lot of these guys. Ty France just won the Gold Glove.
Ty France, Gold Glove. Trev, we're coming towards the end of hitters. I guess let's do catchers quick. Because spoiler, there's not a ton. It's JT Realmuto who's going to get a lot of attention. I mean, any team could find room for JT Realmuto. That guy is a leader. The defensive pop-time stuff is sicko. I can't believe he still gets it done like that. He has been around a league average hitter the past 3 years, and he's got a lot of innings in him that I would love if he ends up on a winner team playing, 2 out of 3 days or a little less than that. I'd love to see that version of Realmuto. I know the Phillies want to bring him back. Like any team can bring in this guy, and he's really the only game changer at the catcher position, potential game changer at the catching position.
some of the advanced stats that he doesn't grade out well with, like framing, I feel like you can fix that. Number one, with a different pitching staff. Number two, I think if he just worked on something specific, if someone just told him, hey, you're just doing this wrong, do this, like that could change in a heartbeat. Value goes way up.
Right.
Like, I don't think that's an age diminish, like a skill that diminishes with age. And maybe some catching nerd is going to tell me I'm wrong, but in my mind, spent a lot of time around baseball, I think you could fix that pretty quickly. Okay. The more and more I think about the Phillies, it's like, okay, shouldn't they just run it back? Like JT for a couple years seems like a fit. Schwarber, bring him back. That seems like a fit. But like, they haven't got the job done, that group of guys. So do you have to rattle the cage a little bit and switch it up for them? So I'll tell you where he does fit. The Padres, he fits perfectly.
Oh, interesting.
Like perfectly.
They've been looking for a catcher for a while. Where's that 14-year-old that was in their organization?
Ethan Salas?
Ethan Salas.
I would have traded him 5 years ago.
Is he ready to go yet? He probably got introduced to us too early, huh? And hey, I want to give some slight apologies to the catchers because Danny Jansen continues to put together plus seasons from the catching position. Yeah. Victor Caratini, who's just been kind of part of the rotation in Houston, he's going to get some looks. Your guy Mitch Garver back into free agency, although I don't know about behind the dish what's going on there. But yeah, the catching elite catchers don't really hit free agency. Cal got locked up this year. Yeah. Will Smith is locked up for a while. So JT is going to have a fun market, and I think it's going to be a lot of aggressive competitors. The only thing that's really left, Coach Trev, would be DHs, and we have some awesome ones. Kyle Schwarber hit 56 this year. What? Marcelo Zuna, 21 homers, got on base at a 355 clip, and he did get hurt this year. And McCutchen is back on the wire if you want it. Schwarber's the headline, and I think I wouldn't be surprised if a smart team goes for Ozuna because I think that injury really took his pop away. Agreed, and we've heard, I believe it's been Middleton and Dombrowski have come out and said how important it is for the Phillies to bring back Schwarber, which is surprising to have people in charge of making decisions come out and say that because you do lose some of your leverage at that point. But I think him going back to the Phillies just makes so much sense. Like, he just means so much to that organization and the city. He kind of I don't know. Does he embody what they're about? That's a weird way to talk about somebody. He somehow embodies everywhere. That's the brilliance he's like a working class guy. He's the working man who just hit 56 taters this year. That's crazy. So not where we live at all. LA, New York. That's there's a lot of workers out here. Aren't there workers everywhere? Here we go. What's also funny? Let's talk about it. Oh, let's talk about it. Who'd you vote for? Let's talk about this. If we had some funny stuff behind the scenes. Everyone likes to trash LA. Yeah. Okay? Just in regular talk, not baseball talk. They love to trash Los Angeles. What? That city stinks. It's so expensive. The homelessness is out of control. What? And then when we start talking about baseball, people are like, oh, obviously they want to go to LA. It's a cultural mecca. Right. It's the weather's beautiful. And they start naming off all the actual attributes of Los Angeles, like it's like the best place in the world. Why? Where does that come from? Why does it differentiate so much? LA is a beautiful place. Okay, it has its flaws. I just want to put that out there. It pisses me off. Powerful stuff. Thank you. So what? There's no point to that at all. There's no point to that at all. It felt good. I've been getting that a lot because people are saying felt good. About the Dodgers and they caused the lockout. So I've been going back and forth with people on social media saying no, they didn't. I do think they're good for baseball. They can be the villains. That's fine. Your team can do what they do. Maybe not to the extent, but they built their organization up to get that TV deal, to be a place that people want to come play. They've done that. They built it from the ground up, from the minor leagues up. They did that. Okay, they truly did. And then people start talking about LA like that. I'm wait a minute. Usually on the internet, everyone just bashes LA. But then we start talking about baseball. They're well, obviously they want to go to LA. That's not fair. It's a cultural mecca. We're getting you off the internet for a little bit.
Internet, it's crushing me
lately. We need to get off because I'm still not sure what that was. I'm happy for you. I'm happy it's out. Kyle Schwarber not going to the Dodgers. They have a DH. Yeah, I know. I guess I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that. They still, he's good for pinch hitting. Schwarber is going to have an awesome free agency. He's 32. He is beloved. I think that's what we're trying to say.
Is that where that went?
I see a prediction here, 5 years, 160. Phillies are going to be in. Every team will.
Give me another team. That's not the Phillies for Schwarber. That's realistic.
Let's see. The Braves.
Okay.
Ozuna comes off the books. You put big Schwarbs in there, a little NL East move.
I'm trying to think of a good one.
Put that 1% to the Braves Foundation, and we're good.
What if he said, "I'll go to you, but no 1%"?
No foundation.
No way.
Can't happen.
That will be something.
Can't happen. That's already instant rift.
I'm trying off the top of my head another team that could be great for Schwarber that actually makes sense. I mean, back to the Red Sox, like they use their DH sparingly with different people.
Yeah.
And another caveat, and then we basically have ended this episode, but trades open positions up. So a lot of these team needs can be completely different if they end up trading someone that we think is already supposed to be on that roster. Teams like to wheel and deal, and that's the hardest thing to predict, especially during the offseason.
Yeah, and you guys have done this with your team, and you guys know your team better than us. But as I'm starting to think of the Yankees offseason, I know I got in there a little bit last night, and I was like, oh shoot, they're gonna have to trade their way to making the right free agent available. Because we talked about, some of these positions are thin, man. They're if you need help up the middle, that's really tough to come by. I'm surprised at how thin the outfield pool is this year. That expect an active outfield trade market. Nice, Jake. Good prediction there. Schwarber is going to do well, and some team is going to be very happy. Ozuna might be a nice consolation prize. I saw, and he has become a part of the Braves down there, so maybe he re-signs. I saw the Texas Rangers listed on a website. If you have a DH spot, Marcell Ozuna for maybe 1 year. Or I wonder, I hate to be rude to Marcell, I wonder if one of the bad teams gets involved and takes a flyer on him, and then if he gets his trade value back up at the deadline.
The team. What are the bad teams?
I'd love to dream on him in a Pittsburgh Pirate uniform, but I don't have the heart for it. I wish that would happen. Because I'm not going to go on a Pirates rant right now. Not after your LA thing. Can't do that. Because if Marcell Ozuna was right for one half of the season with their pitching staff, they could compete in the Central.
God, he's a Brewer.
Ooh.
They're just lying in the weeds. Who's undervalued right now?
Whoever's free agency goes poorly, they'll sign.
Two former Braves, Ha-Seong Kim and freaking, oh my God. They just steal from the Braves all the time.
Sal Frelick and Marcell Ozuna with a nice back-to-back picture.
They stole William Contreras.
I know.
From them.
Hey, only bonus points at the end here. I mentioned Okamoto. Okay, canceled. Quick there. He's a guy who's going to get a contract. People are thinking he could end up around $100 million. Supposedly some first base, maybe third, maybe some corner outfielder. High contact guy, which it seems like the game's trying to trend that way because contact is becoming more hard to find than power. I feel like that used to be reverse. That he's going to be a nice utility potential player, talented right-handed bat for someone. And the other guy that it's just blowing my mind that we're kind of skipping over him, but it's because he doesn't have a position. Luis Arraez, man.
Yeah.
This guy's got batting titles in the bag, and I talked about finding that hit tool is so hard to find. I don't know. Toronto find a spot for him?
Oh, God, they don't need that, coach.
I don't know. I feel like I'm going to love wherever he signs, but wherever he signs and you talk about the fans that have to watch him play defense sometimes, they don't love to watch that part. Like he has to hit above 300 to kind of be beloved. And that's really hard to do in today's baseball. I think that's all I got, Coach.
Again, this is early off-season stuff. So we're really,
Right.
this is just a thought process for us. We're not trying to be, how can we tell right now? So
Nobody
we're just
can.
talking it out. We appreciate everyone following along and listening. Drop some hot takes down in the comments section for us. I always like reading those.
And we've got one thing to drop like it's hot before we get out of here, Trev. We can't really bet the cycle, but we can give you free agent forecast brought to you by DraftKings. Use code JAMBaseball when you sign up with the DraftKings Sportsbook. Trev, you looked at a lot of names and a lot of lists.
I just gave so many.
You gave
out.
So many. You gave
I
so
really
many.
like
to a different.
Ha-Sung.
Okay.
Can I repeat?
Yes.
Ha-Sung Kim to the Brewers. Been calling it for a couple years now. I like it.
Gleyber Torres, San Francisco Giants. The next Wilmer Flores.
Okay.
Hit tool. I like Gleyber.
Also Josh Naylor to the Giants.
Oh, wow.
I gave two.
New right side. That becomes an infield. Wow. Logan Webb might not love that. Hey, go check out DraftKings. Thank you for checking us out. And thank you guys in general. How about that? A little bit of funk, a little more pre-recorded stuff. We're trying to chill. Big October.
Jake sucks.
Ashes are coming up.
I just need to get you an MLB hat. You, Rob Lowe, just rock it.
I'd like it. I like this hat. It's a little big on me.
Played in the golf tournament, saw these guys.
Oh, nice.
They were very complimentary of our company. And I hit a ball out of bounds on the par 3 that they were roasting me on.